Hello, my third prep students. Today I'm going to explain your poem Blow Blow, written by William Shakespeare. Firstly, let's begin with this song.
Blow, blow, thou winter wind, thou art not so unkind as man's ingratitude. Thy tooth is not so keen because thou art not seen, although thy breath be rude. Hi-ho, sing hi-ho, hi-ho, sing hi-ho, unto the green holly. Most friendship is feigning, most loving mere folly. Then hi-ho, sing hi-ho for the holly. Freeze, freeze, thou bitter sky, thou dost not bite so nigh as benefits forgot. Though thou the waters warp, thy sting is not so sharp as friend remembered not. Hi-ho, sing hi-ho, hi-ho, sing hi-ho, unto the green holly. Most friendship is feigning, most loving mere folly. Then hi-ho, sing hi-ho for the holly.
Now let's talk about this poem, its main idea, and its occasion. This poem, Blow Blow, Thou Winter Wind, is an extract from the famous romantic comedy As You Like It, written by William Shakespeare. So what is the occasion? When the senior duke is banished by his evil brother Frederick, who took the kingdom illegally, the duke goes to the forest of Arden with a few faithful followers. They start loving the simple life of the forest. However, when the winter sets in, the duke feels the change from the palace life to that in the forest. It is then that Ammons, a faithful and loving follower of the duke, signs this song to cheer the duke up and point it out to him that the unkind and ungrateful friends cause more pain to a person than the terrible cold winds of the winter that blow in the forest of Arden. So, what is the main idea of this poem? In this poem, the poet shows a contrast between the thanklessness of people in the materialistic world and the harshness of the nature. In other words, he shows a striking contrast between the physical pain and emotional agony that a human being suffers. Through the words of Ammons, Shakespeare conveys that the world is full of dishonesty and trickery. Most of friends are fake and thankless, and the ingratitude of friends brings more pain, and it is painful and harsher than the bite of the winter wind. Let's recite again. Blow, blow, thou winter wind, thou art not so unkind as man's ingratitude. Thy tooth is not so keen, because thou art not seen, although thy breath be rude. Hi-ho, sing hi-ho unto the green holly. Most friendship is feigning, most loving mere folly. Then hi-ho the holly. This life is most jolly. In this stanza, the rhyme scheme is written in your booklet, the figures of speech, and the paraphrase. And here is another paraphrase for you. The rhyme scheme is AA, B, CC, DDD. Paraphrase of stanza 1. The poet asks the wind to blow hard. He says that the cold and strong wind is much kinder than the ungrateful friends. The wind isn't as sharp as man's teeth. The poet says that the friendship is false and deceiving, and loving is just foolishness. He shows that he enjoys life in the forest, and it is pleasant and simple. There is nothing to fight for. He invites people to give up their false friends and come to live in the forest. What about the sound devices in stanza 1? Winter, wind, alliteration. Art, unkind, alliteration. High, ho, holy, alliteration. Must, mere, alliteration. Also you have personification. Figures of speech here is personification. The poet compares the wind to a man in his line, "Thy tooth is not so keen." He compares the wind to a man whose bite isn't as hard as the bite of unfaithful friend. Now let's recite again stanza 2. Freeze, freeze, thou bitter sky, that does not bite so nigh as benefits forgot. Though thou the water warp, thy sting is not so sharp as friend remembered not. Hi ho, sing hi ho, unto the green holly. Most friendship is feigning, most loving mere folly. This life is most jolly. What about the sound devices here? Repetition, freeze, freeze. It gives inner music. Though, thou, alliteration. Water, warp, alliteration. All of that gives inner music. What about the paraphrase of stanza 2? In this stanza, the poet asks the winter cold wind to freeze the water. He says that the freezing winter water is very sharp. It isn't more painful than a thankless friend who forgets friendship. The man's ingratitude is worse than cold weather. It has bad effects on human beings. He says that friendship is false and so on, as he repeated in stanza 1. Now it's your turn to study hard from your booklet. Good luck. Thank